Are you right?
Yeah, all
How's the week
good, yeah.
treating you?
Good. Can't complain.
Oh, can I complain for you?
Go for it.
Do I have anything to complain about? No, apart from Jordan going on holiday. She's put up on Instagram a picture of her and Erin clinking champagne on the flight.
Do you blame her? I'd be
No,
gone too.
straight full-time whistle on the plane,
Yeah.
and away you go.
Literally.
Are you going anywhere? Are you going anywhere for your holidays? Do you sound like you've walked into a hairdresser? Oh, it's the most
I
awkward
do feel like
conversation.
I've walked into a hairdresser's and it's just, the first time you've met them and they're just babbling on.
What do you do? Because you can't get your phone out. I have to obviously, anyone that makes eye contact with me, I have to talk to them and tell them my life history, and they don't get a choice. So
Oh
actually, the
God.
hairdresser is the perfect place for me.
Oh God.
What do you do in the hairdresser?
It's pretty much small talk.
Oh,
Depends if it's a hairdresser I know, we talk about family, yeah, life. But if it's someone I don't know, it's just random small talk to get the time.
I've now learnt to say, like, I'm sure my hairdresser doesn't listen to this. He might, but I've now learnt to say, just I'm going to the gym after. I mean, like, if I'd ever go to the gym, so just rough dry it, rough dry it. Because when they do it that really smooth, or they try and like style it for you, I don't know. I just
What?
want
Isn't that the whole point of going to the hairdressers to have the
no,
best style?
no, and then a huge tip as well.
Oi, oi, money box.
All right, no, that's not me. This is Pitch to Pod with WSL legend Nikita. Until the final whistle, Parris and Jordan already on the beach somewhere, knobs. Every week they bring you topics straight from the pitch in this podcast as we discuss the biggest talking points in the world of football, the WSL, the hairdressers and beyond. No Jordan with us this week. If you go on her Instagram, you'll see she's already jetted off on her holiday. She is literally on the beach. But we do have a special guest coming up as we talk League of Their Own and Championes. Right, should we start with the WSL? Penultimate weekend, although it's not really, because Arsenal slip one in right in the middle as they try and finish their games off. Before we talk about the important stuff, I might have been watching a game that you may or may not have had something to do with. There was a player who shall remain nameless who had their sleeves rolled up on the shirt,
New style.
like, like they were playing in a tank top. Can you have a
Well,
word?
well, each to their own, everyone has their own unique style. We can't judge. We just focus on performance and not what they're wearing. Yeah. Why not do what you want to do? Why not?
That and socks, like right down around your ankles. It's become an epidemic and you need to sort it out. That, socks on your ankle, rolled up shirts and very small shin pads. All of them need to get in the bin.
Oh, you don't like it? You don't like
No.
any of them?
Right? None of them. None of them. As someone that is a purveyor of fashion with my hairstyles and all,
Clearly.
I am right. Okay, to the football, because you don't want to talk about that. It was penultimate game week then. Shall we start with you? Do you want to talk about Spurs, London City, 2-1 away loss?
Yeah, 2-1 away. Frustrating game, really. Felt we didn't really perform up until second half. After 70 minutes, we put Spurs under pressure under the last 10 minutes and probably should have got a draw. But did Spurs deserve the win? Yeah, on the balance of the whole game, probably. And this is the learning curves that you have to go through, inexperienced team, especially in this league, first season. And to be honest, I think overall it's been a good first season. Would we want to be higher? Of course, yeah, every team wants to. If you're not on the top, you want to be on the top. But ultimately, I think it's a good stepping stone for the team to understand what it takes to win games in the WSL, because it's not just as straightforward as, having the best players, putting your best team out. A lot of factors come into, winning a game and staying in a game and also coming back in a game, because the week before we played Leicester, we was 1-0 down, we come back to win the game 5-1. This weekend we were 2-0 down, came back to 2-1 and probably could have made it 2-2. So we are falling behind in games, but we've shown we have the capacity still be able to grind out results and, put teams under pressure right till the end.
It's got to be so frustrating to, like, in some ways, as a fan, you love it when your team comes back, right? But as players, when you know that you're having to, you're always on the back foot and you're having to just try and turn something around the whole time.
I think it's just making the job harder than it already is at from the beginning. When you're 2-0 down, it's very hard. But I always say 2-0 scoreline in football is a very tricky scoreline. Um, there's always a possibility for the other team to come back. And due to Spurs not, getting the third, I always felt we was in the game. Always felt we was one chance away from putting the ball in the back of the net, and we had probably like 3 or 4 big chances in the last 15-20 minutes of the game, and just didn't fall our way in another game. In other games it has, and that's just football, sometimes about a bit of luck. But I will say we stayed consistent and competing in that game, and Spurs never felt like they could put the foot off the gas at any time. So for sure it's a tough result to take, not one in which we wanted. But ultimately, it's a learning experience.
Former Scotland and Villa captain Rachel of the Corset was sat next week as we were doing the other game at the same time, and she said, London City are the better team in this. So there you go. That's the assessment I will have on it overall. Bums is what I'll say. Bottoms. Move on to the next one. We'll have a full rundown on the season with our last pod of the season. So let's park that for now. Rebecca, she's got the Knack from Manchester City. There's a bit of a let off for them, right? That last minute late goal against Liverpool and City suddenly go from, if you're a Manchester City fan or a player, even like ultimate panic to, it's back in our hands.
Yeah, exactly. And I think sometimes, like I said before, football games just don't go the way you want it to go. Even, for the best in the league, it's just sometimes a very tricky situation, a lot of pressure, going only for the second title, City. So although they've got a lot of experience in the squad, they still have a lot of inexperience in terms of the league. Um, and I think ultimately a last minute winner, a 3-0 win, it doesn't really matter. It's all the same excitement at the end of the game. It's a win, eh? And for them, they'll be happy. And I think on the balance of things, I still think City by far deserve to win this league. Throughout the whole season, they've remained consistent. Sometimes they haven't got result and performance, but they've always got result. And like Liverpool will be probably very disappointed not to get something out of the game. They held City on right till the end. But good teams prevail and big players step up in big moments. And I think, she has a really good knack of scoring goals. Let's say that. She does have that. I'll give her that.
Well, not just that, she was well and truly bruised during that game. She had a shoulder injury. Her face, she took one right in the face. Her nose went a bit, and just to get that lowest header, to score it, and then she must have rolled over and thought, please don't jump on me. Like, I'm sore enough. And just everyone, that emotion, just everyone bundled on.
Yeah, it would have been hard for the teammates not to. All game there was probably stressing about getting the result, and sometimes that can hinder your performance because you're so desperate to get a result that you forget about the process to get the result. But ultimately, if I was on that team, I think anyone in football, once you score a last minute winner and it's such an important three point and goal, there's no way that person who scored isn't getting piled on. There's just no way. Or unless they run away and start pulling off the top and swinging it around like a Mia Hamm, Chloe Kelly moment. But other than that, yeah, you're getting piled on. And I'm sure it was a sigh of relief from the whole City squad, players, staff, fans. They would have been thinking, thank God we got the 3 points today. Otherwise, it would have went into Arsenal's hands, ultimately. And who would have actually thought that at the, say, January, February time, who would have thought Arsenal had the opportunity to win all their games in hand and potentially go on and lift the title? Like, that's why the WSL is at times just so exciting, because you just don't know.
We used to, in days gone by, give proper credit to Chelsea when they'd grind out a result, right? Oh, but that's the mark of of champions, it's not always about winning 5-0, 6-0, but just when you get that 1-0, when you've not played your best as well. Are Manchester City getting enough credit, do you think, for what they are doing this season?
No, I don't think so. I think Manchester City aren't getting the plaudits when, they do grind out a 1-0 win, or they don't particularly get a performance, but they get the result, because I feel like the the undertone for everyone is that they're not in Champions League. Chelsea have always done it and been in Champions League as well, all 4 competitions. But at the end of the day, you can only deliver in the competitions that you are within. And I think for me, on the back, like I said before, for the WSL, Manchester City have been consistent in getting results, maybe not in performance. Um, and that's just football.
I wonder if we will ever see. I started getting emotional then. It's just my voice got a bit itchy. I wonder if we will ever see another Arsenal in that respect, where you win anything. And we probably said this about Chelsea before, but yes, I agree, Manchester City, just because they're not in Europe, but also speaking to you, to Izzy, to those that have played in that Manchester City way, is to have quite a tight team and squad, and you do need that bigger squad and team. And Chelsea have looked like they've had that before to compete on all these different fronts, and it's just not clicked at the right time. With Arsenal, they've got some really good quality players, right? But then they've been dumped out by Lyon, a better side in the Champions League. It's so tough to try and compete on all these different levels. I
Yeah,
don't know how you keep all the players happy.
that's it. And that's the hard thing about having big squads, is that you've got to keep all these players happy and in form at the right time. And it's very hard to do that. You've seen in the past, Manchester City, Man United very rarely have big squads in terms of the numbers. But once they take big injuries to key players who are out for an extended period of time, then they've then suffered in competitions and haven't been able to get over the line. So it's kind of the balance of how do you use your squad, how do you utilise your squad, because we've seen Arsenal gain a bigger squad, Chelsea gain a bigger squad, and Chelsea have done it in the WSL but not in the Champions League, and Arsenal have done it in the Champions League but not the WSL. So it's kind of like, how do you get that consistency through all of the competitions? And sometimes it's about luck. Sometimes you have injuries, and sometimes you come up against teams and squads on the day that just outperform you. And I feel like on the whole in the Champions League, I feel like Arsenal have really done well. I feel like in the games against Lyon, there's been I watched Leah Williamson's interview and I agree with her. I feel like in the first leg, especially in the second half, if they was able to score 1 or 2 more goals, especially when they had so much pressure and so many big opportunities, it's always very difficult to go away to play Lyon in the Champions League, who are renowned for competing in that competition and are, you know, the one of the best teams in that competition's history. To go away and beat them, especially with the experience of Wendy Renard and other players in the team that have done it over the years, it was always going to be a huge feat. And I don't ever feel like Lyon run away with the game ever. I always felt like Arsenal was in the game, and that's the balance of things. Sometimes you need more experience, and next year Arsenal will be stronger in that competition because of it. Um, but like we speak about all of the time, it's about teams being able to cope with big squads, because we've seen with Arsenal players like Palovic speaking about how difficult it is when you're not in favour, when you're not playing consistently, and how it can affect your confidence within yourself, and how do you stay, feeling connected, and when your time comes, taking that opportunity. So I feel like for sure that's something that teams will have to think about, because you don't want to bring a player into your squad and not utilise them to the best of their ability.
No, and it's also about the top players are coming because they want to win stuff, right? So you're not about to say to, "Oh, come to us, we'll win the Champions League, but we're not going for the the league, or vice versa, or what it is. But they want to win stuff, but they also want to be playing. So if both these competitions you need that quality player in that same position, how do you keep them both happy? Or do you then, the minutiae of tactically trying to think about bringing players to play different tactics in different, clearly I'm not a manager, but is that a way around it, to try and balance players by having slightly different types of players that are the best, but you can play them in a different formation? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And it is always nice to have players who can play in several positions, but you don't want that for your whole squad, or more than 3 players in your squad, because you want the best players within that position. You need that to be your best position, because when you come up against the best teams who have them players in that position, that's when the difference is shown. That's when you can see who has experience in that position and who doesn't. And I feel like the best teams can have players who can play in several positions, but at the same time, their main key position, they are the best within it, if that makes sense. And obviously formations, you can change formations. You can go from a 4 to a 3, depending on the opposition you're playing and what stuff like that. But I feel like for Manchester United, for Manchester City, in order to take the next step and compete in all the competitions, depth in your squad is important, especially for Man United.
It is a bit naive as well to say you can't have a Galacticos era now, because Lyon could have the best of the best, but their league will be slightly easier. Or in Spain, all the leagues are competitive now, right? So you can't just say, oh, it's all right, 'cause we'll focus on the Champions League because we'll win our domestic league easily. All the leagues have risen now, so it's not easy to do.
No, it's not easy to do. And also the mentality of that is also not easy to do, because I will say that from the outside looking in, and also playing in the French league, I've played in the French league, it is an easier league than the WSL in terms of the quality and depth of the players and the teams in them leagues. But it's very difficult to go from a mindset of playing at 60% to then play at 100% against European sides in the Champions League. That's not an easy thing to do. You can't just switch it on and switch it off. It's about consistency of performance, quality of your team, how they're playing, in form, out of form. That also counts going into the latter stages of Champions League. So it's not just a case of, just because Lyon is in an easier league, or a Barcelona compete in their league and win it easily, that they're always going to give them the best opportunity to then go on to win a Champions League. I think it's just having the best players, the best squads in the moment, and who's on form. Because we see last year, Arsenal, no one gave Arsenal a chance last year against Barcelona. No one gave Arsenal a chance against Lyon last year also. But, teams who are in form and are ready tactically, physically, mentally, emotionally ready on the day can perform.
I want to keep talking to you, but we have a champion of champions coming up. Right, this is Pitch to Pod, where we're about to go all champion. Charlton were top for oh so long. Crystal Palace came from nowhere, and then Birmingham City went and got the job done. Welcome to the final weekend in WSL 2. Welcome to Lily Crosthwaite, everyone.
Hi, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, yeah, because it's not every week we get a champion on. Or I mean, I know, like, Nikita is a champion, Jordan is a
I was
champion,
going
right?
to say.
But yeah, congratulations. How have the celebrations been?
Oh, so good. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but it's been a bit of a heavy few days. But it's been really good. Everyone's obviously just delighted, and obviously it's been a whole season thing. So to finally do it on the last day, yeah, it was really special.
We were just talking about the ultimate bundle that happened with Rebecca Kanak in the Manchester City game, when she gets that header right at the end. So that was a good celebration. Clearly yours would have been a bundle and a half. What did you do? Or what can you legally tell us you did?
Oh, everyone was just buzzing. We had the awards the day after as well, which was like a really special night as well, celebrating that with like the club. So yeah, I think the group that we have is amazing. So for everything that we've been doing, it's just been so nice to be a part of it. Like literally some of my best friends in the team. So yeah, to be able to experience something like this is super special.
Keith, that's amazing to do it with your best friends as well.
Yeah, no, it's such a journey you guys have been on as a club. I mean, as players, I'm sure the disappointment of last season, last game of the season, you didn't want to replicate that this season. I did watch the second half of the game, and I felt like you were always comfortable in the game, especially after going 2-0 or you were very comfortable. But sometimes, as I say in football, 2-0 scoreline can still create a lot of nerves, no?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think the group knew that we wanted one goal from that Sunday. Like we wanted to win that game, and that was all we were going to settle for on the day. So I think in the game, you obviously feeling it sometimes. They had quite a good start to the game where they were like quite on top, but I think we all backed each other so much that we knew that no matter what was going to happen, like we were winning that game. Like it was like a non-negotiable. We'd all agreed. We said, "Nah, we're not coming away from this without anything less." And then, yeah, Wilmer's scored like 2 really crucial goals, and it's just been so good for us.
We had Molly May Sharp on talking about Crystal Palace and sort of their second half of the season, how they've done, but she was talking about it being a privilege to go into that final day with that pressure. For you as a team, take me to that morning into the dressing room. What was going through all your heads? How were you keeping it contained?
I think, yeah, we'd obviously had a disappointment the weekend before. Like we weren't happy with that, so we knew we wanted to refocus and get the result right that Sunday because it was, I mean, Saturday, and that was essential that we did. But I think, yeah, just like a lot of trust in each other. There was like we wanted to be confident. There's no point going into them games doubting it. Like one little bit of self doubt, and you're probably not going to get the outcome you want. So I think there was just like a lot of trust and reassurance and, yeah, like belief in the group that it was going to happen, and we just had to be patient because the moment would come when we needed it.
I want to know what was the mindset of the players the week before, because you guys played Ipswich, and I'm not saying Ipswich are not a good team, but I did predict that you guys would have won that game. So after ended up not winning that game, how did you feel? What was the dressing room after the game? What did your manager talk about going into that week?
For the Ipswich game, I think there probably was a lot of expectation that we should have won that game. But like in the WSL2, sorry, it is like a very competitive league, so I don't think you can ever rule a team out or expect there to be an easy game. So I think for us, we still had the same prep. We still knew it was going to be one of the toughest games that we were going to play, and yeah, we just fell short, and we were all very disappointed with that on the day. Just lots of frustrations, but I think the fact that there was a quick turnaround to the Charlton game where we were fortunate enough with our previous results that it put us in a good position. That it just meant that we had to be so results based on that day and just back the fact that we still had it in our hands and there was still an opportunity to make things right. So, yeah, Ipswich have had a good run of games as well the second half of the season. They've really, really bounced into some good form. So, yeah, we were definitely disappointed with the result. But yeah, we just knew that we had to go straight back to focusing on Charlton and, yeah, making things right.
I don't know, both of you, I don't know how you feel about Charlton now to have gone so long in the season unbeaten to be, was it 9 points ahead?
Yeah, 9 points at one point, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and seeing them at the end, I mean, did you talk to them, have words with them about, just how they picked themselves up?
I think that was, to be fair, obviously went and checked in on some of the players and said like well done and everything, but yeah, we did have a lot of celebrations. I think we'd worked so hard that it's really difficult to not get caught up in that moment. And at Cranston, they've got such a tough team to play against. Like they've got some great players in there who, and again, they've been in such a good position this whole season. So yeah, I mean, it's exciting that they've got that playoff opportunity. And hopefully, yeah, it'd be really exciting for them if they could go up as well. But yeah, we were probably caught up in a lot of the celebrations ourselves, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, you can't
Understandable.
blame you. Yeah, I would be too. I'm sorry, but after the final whistle and I've been promoted laters, I'm celebrating the
Yeah,
hard work you
the
put in throughout
champagne
the
was
year.
out, everything was
Yeah,
out, so everyone was running
nice.
all over.
Yeah, honestly, anytime I've lost an award, which is frequently, you go up and you say, it's not about me, Geet. It's not about me.
It's really not about you right
No.
now.
And I'm saying that to you, Lily, who if you were to spin the camera around, I'm sure there's 572 awards on your shelf at the moment. You won everything at the end of season awards.
It was a good night. I didn't expect it to go that way, but very, very thankful that it did go that way. And yeah, I've got a few things to add to the collection, but yeah, just buzzing with it, to be honest.
Where'd you put them on the night out? Or was it like,
It was tough. I had to get a little bit of a bag to bring them home. Actually, it was I couldn't hold them. I was in heels as well, so that's a job in itself. But no, Christy, our captain, she's an angel, and she helped me get them back. So yeah, yeah. Luckily, I had her.
yeah, don't go dropping any of those, although there'll be plenty more. What, Keats, tell us about kind of what it's like and how you then stay up in the WSL, because it's great and enjoy this moment. I absolutely get it, but then you quickly spin forward to next season and how you stay there.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, we we wanted to get promoted, so I feel like right now it's probably it's not even sunk in yet, to be honest, to get up into the league yet. Like the fact that's not even happened, and yeah, we've still been very much in celebration mode. But I think just really excited to be there. Obviously it's a completely different league, so different teams, like some of the best in the world. So to compete against those, and obviously the players in there, it's just a super exciting opportunity. But yeah, sustaining it is another thing as well. So hopefully, any advice?
Well, I am a person who hasn't played in championship to get promoted, so that's something that you definitely have over me. But no, I think the biggest thing I've seen in the WSL is investment, and I think Birmingham City have shown that they're willing to invest, and that's such an important part. And have the club spoke to you as a group about what the direction of the club is going to be over the next couple of years? Because now you've sustained WSL promotion, we have spoke about how difficult it is to stay in the WSL, but it's not about just staying in the WSL. It's competing in order to keep growing and attracting players to be able to, flourish within the WSL.
Yeah, I mean, as of recently, like a few days, like we haven't really been like massive talks on what's going to happen and stuff. But there were some really exciting talks going on towards the end of the year about the investments. So, for example, people like Kaz and stuff who are coming in to help with that, and Nighthead themselves are obviously really keen on helping to invest more in us. We're really fortunate to get our new gym built in the facility in the training ground. So it's like all those extra margins that hopefully would contribute to the potential of us sustaining and competing. Because again, like it's one thing to get into the league, but you do want to compete as well. So I think the direction is really exciting of the club. The ambitions are big. So obviously, hopefully, all that just happens in this next season too.
And you had that, Keats, when London City say, right, they've got promoted, but this is our ambition. Then you as a player coming in, you buy into that, right? So you have to hit the mark and measure it in terms of as a club to say, this is what we can offer.
Yeah, I think resources, support, but having a vision and a plan of how you're going to achieve what you want to achieve. And I think for sure at London City, we've seen remarkable amounts of support, resources, and the club's growing every single day. And I mean, by staff member, by, things going up in the training ground. And, there's always a plan in the background that's going on to make this team better. And I think that's what you've seen in WSL, how the best teams who have the best support manage to climb the table and compete for, the trophy at the end of the day. Everyone wants to win the WSL. How long that journey is, depending on the club, and it's not realistic for every club to say, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna get promoted, I'm gonna win the WSL next season. It's not realistic because the league's the best league in the world. It's the strongest league. So I think if there's a vision and a plan and something that players can buy into long term, and you can keep adding to it, then I think you put yourself in good stead.
And not every club, Lily, can be linked to Alexia Putellas, but we'll just leave that one hanging there.
Yeah, just dangle that carrot, dangle it.
Yeah, yeah. But you do have Karen Carney, as you mentioned, to have someone that's been there, done it, will have seen Birmingham in Europe as well. How much are you talking to her day to day? I saw her celebrating down with the team.
Yeah, no, she actually responded to the goal that I scored a few weeks ago against Sunderland. She was buzzing with that. But yeah, she does have conversations with us at the game. She obviously came and supported us there. I think she was at the Ipswich game the week before as well, but obviously that wasn't the best game to probably be at. But yeah, she obviously came down to the pitch, congratulated everyone, said hello, and yeah, no, it's really nice. She's always been a big part of the club, so I think to even have that relationship ongoing and see the effort that she wants to make with players as well, for like being literally a Blues legend, it's super good to have somebody like her in our corner too.
That Sunderland goal, was that the 93rd minute one?
yeah, just wanted to leave it a little bit too late. Keep people on the edge of their seats.
Well, both of you, as those that have scored important goals, I'll start with you, Keats. When it gets to that moment, are you thinking technique or anything, or are you just thinking, oh, it's the ninth, or are you even looking at the clock? Like, just throw yourself at it.
I mean, it depends on the circumstances how the goal appears. I mean, if you're 1-on-1 with the keeper, you want to stay calm and, place the ball in the spot. But if it's 50-50 in the box, sorry, but I'm going through anyone and everyone to get the ball in the back of the net because I want to win the game. Simple. And I'm sure, Lily, you're the same. It's like, no matter how the goal appears, a goal is a goal. And how it goes to the back of the net, you're not really bothered as a striker or a forward. You just want the ball to go in the back of the net and you'll throw everything and anything on it.
No, honestly, exactly that. I think moments happen, you get your adrenaline and stuff, but you just got to back that it's going to happen. I think if it falls right and you connect well with it, anything can happen, especially like when tensions are high in games. So you just wait for those tiny little moments. And thankfully, one fell that night, and I'll take it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like an overhead kick in the 93rd minute to win would be ultimate, right? Ultimate.
Oh, yeah.
I know clearly you're looking forward to playing up against Nikita next season.
Oh,
Anyone
God,
else?
Yes.
I don't know about looking forward to it.
I know. I don't know about that either.
We can get it in early if you want. 2-foot tackle here. Anyone else that you're looking forward to facing, playing?
I just think it's unreal, like, especially in the recent times, obviously, how well the Lionesses have done over the years and all the different international players in the team is like across the whole league. It's just so exciting to play against literally some idols and stuff. Like growing up playing and like looking at these people who are playing, it's just gonna be exciting to be around that and yeah, competing. I couldn't pinpoint too much. But no, I'm just super excited. It's just gonna be an amazing opportunity playing against literally some of the best players in the world. So yeah, super excited.
Yeah, but Lioness is a target for you as well.
Who knows? Who knows? We can hope. We never know what happens. I think obviously playing internationally is a thing that any player wants to do. And again, it's an honor if you get that opportunity. So I'll just keep trying to do what I can do and seeing what happens. And we'll never know what will happen, but we'll see.
So your advice so far, Nikita, has been don't come up against me.
No 50-50s in the box against each other. None of that.
But yeah, anything else you'd like to offer as words of wisdom?
No, I just think when you go into a new league, you just got to be who you are, be authentic, and give every game your best because a competition between the best players, the best teams, is what it's all about. And when you come into the WSL, like you've said, there's an array of fantastic talent. But why can't you be one of them, the best of them talents? Just see what you've got.
Oh, thank you. I'll take it on board. I'm excited. Just no 50-50s in the box. All right. None of it.
Should we organise a shirt swap now?
Yeah.
So they're all
I'm
friends,
there.
right?
I'm there.
No problem.
Consider it done. How does the summer look? Is that you off now?
Yeah, so the awards was Sunday, and then so we're off now. I think we'll probably get sent out a pre-season program pretty soon. They want us to get back on it pretty quick. But yeah, hopefully have a little bit of time off, reset, refresh, go on some holidays, and get ready for, I guess, probably July, which will come around so fast.
And I take it you'll be watching. We're showing it on Sky on the 23rd, that playoff game between Charlton and Leicester.
Yeah, we'll have to watch. It's going to be an exciting one. I feel like it's going to be one of those again where like Keith was saying, like everyone's going to throw everything at the game. They're going to want to win, both teams. So yeah, it's probably going to be a really good one to watch, and I'll definitely be on.
All right. Well, enjoy next season. Enjoy the handshake with Nikita before the match, just not the 90 minutes in between.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on this week's Pitch to Pod. Thank you, Keats, as well.
Thank you.
Jordan, thank you for listening on the beach, wherever you are. If you've got a question for Nikita, for Jordan, or for Lily, you can always get in touch. Use the hashtag Pitch to Pod. I'll make sure that Nikita asks her on the pitch this time next season. I'm off to warm up for my own celebrations, post my 99th minute header down low into the box, probably at the wrong end. Own goal supreme. Bye for now.